Hello guys and welcome. What we have in front of us today is so-called smartwatch from AliExpress, and this particular model is called Eseed v68. So let's unpack it and see what's inside. The box itself is just a box, nothing to be excited about. It's a white box, looks very similar to an L5. What you get on the inside is the watch itself. You get a strap with a quick release mechanism. So it's easy and quick to swap if you wanted to. And also at the bottom of the box you've got this magnetic charger, which we all really got used to now, and a little manual which is both in Chinese and English languages. Right, so now let's talk about the watch itself. That's what it's going to look like. The strap itself feels nice. It's a nice soft touch material. The watch itself is all made out of plastic. So the back cover, the sides, and even the screen is this time is made out of plastic. On the right side you get this one physical button which also turns your watch on or off, or allows you to return from a menu back to the main menu, and you've got this little LED flashlight which is quite bright, and you'll see further on in this video. This watch resembles a clone or a copy of Xiaomi Mi Watch. So if you've seen one of those on the internet, you're probably familiar with what I'm on about. So inside of this watch you've got an RTK8762C processor. It's a fairly slow processor, it's a low budget. The size of the screen is 1.54 inches across, and it's a 240 by 240 pixels resolution, which you can really see in person. This watch uses Bluetooth 5.0 to connect to your phone. And it's a fairly strong, fairly reliable connection, so nothing to worry about there. On the inside you've got 250 milliamp battery, which will last you a good 4 to 5 working days, but don't expect it to last any more than that. The other thing to mention is there's a waterproof rating, which is IP67. Once again, nothing to shout about. Obviously none of those, you can't take it to the swimming pool, you can't take it to the sea, but if you take it for fitness, I don't know, exercise, whatever, it's not going to be afraid of sweat and accidental little dribbles or drops like light rain and things like that, so that won't really matter. So now let's talk about the menu of the watch itself. The first thing that usually strikes people and they want to know about that is the amount of watch face available. So long press the screen and we can see that there are 6 watch faces available for this watch, and unfortunately they are not expendable. So what you get is what you get. You don't get any more. This is a watch face number 1. This is a watch face number 2, number 3. That's the one that you will find on Xiaomi Mi Watch, very similar to those watches there. Then you've got this watch face and a watch face number 6. I'll come back to this one and I'll mention one thing for sure. The temperature that's shown on here is completely irrelevant. Right now outside is 16 degrees. And so it's just a fake. I don't really understand why they even put it there. So if you scroll from top to bottom, this is where you reach your quick settings. So for instance, this is your screen brightness, and the first thing I must mention that the screen doesn't really get that bright. So if you look at it in broad daylight, the chances are you're not going to see any information whatsoever. But it's okay indoors. You can turn your watch on and off. You can check some information about the watch right here, which is obviously, that's the full name of the watch. So it's a v68-027. There's a MAC address, there's a software version, and that's about it. And the flashlight, the torch. That's probably the only decent thing about this watch. It shines bright, and at dark, sort of dark time of the day, it will be quite useful. So from scrolling left to right, this is the sort of access to your same main menu, but in a different style. So that's like a scroll menu, if you like. Then if you scroll from bottom to top, this is where you can access your messages. It's like a quick access to messages. You can only see 3 messages at a time. You won't be able to read the full message, and the other thing, you won't be able to answer back to those messages or anything like that, unfortunately. So let's go to the main menu. So scrolling from right to left, you've got your quick data, so you can see how many calories you've burned, how many steps you've done so far. You can also measure your heart rate, your oxygen level in your blood pressure. Let's actually do a quick test. So let's take this watch and the P8 that we had on this channel on review before. I'll put one on there and this watch on here. Let's see who gives us the more accurate reading. So as you can see, the P8 got 81 beats per minute. So not super accurate, but not bad at all. The one thing for sure is, guys, you cannot rely on measuring taken from such a small device as, you know, as a so-called smartwatch. So scrolling further down in the menu, you've got your sports mode, so you can track your walking, you can track your running, hiking, cycling, playing basketball or badminton. You also got a sleep tracking. So this watch, if you turn it on in the program itself, which is Wear Fit Pro, which is installed on, it should be installed on your phone. You can go there and you can set your watch to track your sleep timer, which is very simplistic, completely simplistic, to be brutally honest with you. So timer goes on, then you pause, and you can just reset it. So there is no options to track different laps. There is no timer or stopwatch and things like that. You know, it's just one thing, and that's about it. So then you can access your messages. Like I said, 3 messages at a time. You can't read the full message and you can't reply to those messages. Going furthermore, this is where you can click, and this will allow you to find your phone if you lost it in the house. This is a QR code, so if you scan that with your phone, that will allow you to download the Wear Fit Pro app. This is also where you can control your music. That's probably the second decent thing about this watch, and because you can scroll your tracks, you can play and pause, and also control the volume of the track, which is not, you know, regularly seen on any other smartwatches. Going down to settings, this is where you can change your language, and it's got, as usual, you know, we all got used to this, it's got tons of languages, so you're not going to be left out here. You can change the brightness of the screen. You can choose how long your screen will stay on, up to 9 seconds. You can obviously change your dial, so like your watch faces, you can change your brightness, but we've been there, you've seen it. You can change the way your time and date being reflected on the screen, so you can either choose 12 or 24-hour formats and all those things, and you can change how intense the intensity of vibration of the watch. I've never seen that before, but that's available on this watch, and that's about it, guys. In my opinion, that's a fairly poor interface. It's not really well laid out. It's not really well drawn and all those things, and the absence of the watch faces, so you can't expand the library. That's what you got. You got 6 watch faces, and that's about it. In comparison with the P8, that cost nearly the same price, because this watch here, I've paid $14 on sale, and obviously I'll leave the link below just in case if you wish to purchase, or just if you wanna avoid this seller, you also can do that. But P8 currently you can buy it on AliExpress for about $13 to $15 as well, depending on seller you buy it from. And this watch will provide you with at least 160 watch faces to choose from. So there's a hefty difference between these two, and so on. Guys, I'm not gonna jump in and I'm not gonna film the app on the phone that uses to connect with this watch. Like I said, it's called Wear Fit Pro. If you wish to, I'll leave the link down below, and you can download it and you can just see it for yourself. The main thing to mention is the app will allow you to display messages from social services such as Facebook, WeChat, and Instagram, and Skype, and all the other little apps. It's all available, it's all there, but the app is so boring, it's so plain, I just don't want to even go there. So to summarize today's video, I just want to say, in my opinion, in my brutal opinion, these watches are not worth their money, simply because it's all plastic. The screen is not even glass, so it will scratch. They will lose their sort of appearance. It's not going to look as good in a couple of days, weeks, or even maybe months. I don't know how long they're going to last. The IP rating is quite low as well. I'm quite used to IP68 nowadays because I like to take my watch when I take shower or go for swimming. The other thing to mention is the sensors. They are not really that good at all. Not really much to say about this watch except for a little torch on the side and perhaps maybe a nicely laid out music control. That's about it. So hopefully this video has been useful and it helped you to make up your mind whether to purchase this watch or not, because online they do look a lot better. In person they look a bit crap, to be honest with you. If I've missed anything in this video, please comment down below and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And I'll see you in the next one.